I've got to be honest with you, I didn't expect to be sitting here after 3 defeats on the bounce in September saying what's happened and what's gone wrong, and I actually don't know where to start with that. You look at the two sides on paper, and yes, I know football's played on grass, not on paper, but you look at the two sides on paper, and I saw that starting 11. I was quite happy with that starting 11. I'd prefer Herrera over Rooney. I'd prefer Schneiderlin over Fellaini. But I'm still pretty happy with that 11. I see a decent back four. I see a decent attacking lineup. Very decent attacking lineup. Martial, Rashford and Zlatan's an attacking lineup that I've thought, yes, I want to see that sort of lineup. I think that's the sort of lineup that can go and do some stuff in this league. We see that lineup pulled out and you go... We had 2 shots on goal. 2 shots on target. 2 shots on target. One was the goal. I think the other might have been Zlatan's header. 2 shots on target against Watford is just absolutely not good enough. And do you know what? Watford didn't sit back. We can't say, they closed up shop and made it hard for us, because they didn't. They played 2 up front. They went for it. They had a game plan, and they just game planned better than we did, and they executed their game plan better than we did, and we're adrift. We are now adrift. That 6-point gap now is a hell of a lot for us to start making up in September. Where's the hangover start? Can we blame Moyes? Can we blame Van Gaal? Do we have to look at the players? Because I said towards the end of the Van Gaal reign, around Christmas time when everyone was peaking to get rid of the guy, and I said, look, I think you need patience. I think there's a lot more than we're aware of that's wrong with this side, and we did change the manager. Jose's come in. He said the right things. We started off like an absolute rocket. So what's gone wrong since? What has gone wrong since? Yes, Paul Pogba's not had a pre-season. He still should be playing better than he is. Yes, there's a new system to be getting used to. Some teams are adapting better than others to their new system. That's just life. It happens. We're not adapting to our system anywhere like what I expected us to. We look slow. We look lethargic. There was the chance that Watford had very early in the game where I think it was Ighalo missed the open net. It might have been Ighalo, it might have been Deeney. I can't remember which one it was. Missed a completely wide open net. We were not as in this game as we even think. We could have been completely obliterated in this game. At times with the ball at feet, we look dangerous, but at times we just look silly with the ball. We look like we haven't got an absolute clue what's going on. Jose Mourinho definitely scapegoats somebody. He creates friends and enemies in his teams. This is one of the only things that we do know about him. He will shun certain players and brings other players close to him, and that's how he manages. That's how he creates sides and he creates friction, and that's where he gets energy from in his sides. Someone's going to get made a scapegoat in this team, and I don't know who. I do think you can improve upon the starting 11 by a little bit. Possibly even Blind as the holding midfielder over someone like Fellaini. But Fellaini's played all right. He's not set the world on fire. He's played all right. He looks better in this position than he did hanging around as a number 10, getting caught up in there. I said on our preview I wanted to see Rooney dragged further back and play alongside Pogba in a midfield 3. We saw that, and it didn't work. Again, on paper it should work. I don't understand why it's not working in execution. The players don't look like they're willing to commit someone. They don't look like they've got a first touch in them. Like, this is the mind-blowing thing, is that they don't look like they know what to do on the pitch. Luke Shaw looked good today. He had energy, he had drive, he had a bit of quality to his game. Marcus Rashford, again, looked quality, took his goal really well, but was also dangerous. Watford was kicking him to pieces. He was a threat. He was a threat for the entire game. But where do we go from there? I don't know what we do. I'm happy with the forward 3. I think that's a decent forward 3. I think it's more than capable enough of not just competing with the likes of Watford, but it's more than capable enough of actually going on and competing to win the title. Is it too late for us to win the title now? Are we too far gone? We might be. We might be. But that doesn't mean we got to give it up. We have to keep going. We have to keep going. I thought this was a chance for us to bounce back. Jose's now lost 3 games on the bounce. I'm not even sure who the next game is. Is it Leicester at home next week? I don't know. I don't know how I see that game going, in all honesty. It was kind of obvious under Van Gaal that teams would sit back against us and we would struggle. And the teams that went for us, we would slap them aside because we would get in behind them and we would punish them. Watford went for us. They left space. We didn't get in behind. We didn't punish them. Pogba had that great first shot. If that had gone in, you might have been looking at a different game. But apart from that, it was a subpar performance. I'm seeing on Twitter a lot of people really tearing into Wayne Rooney. I'm not going to defend him. I think we've probably got a better option, but I think you're almost wasting your breath. I think Wayne Rooney plays regardless. I'm sure it must be in his contract. It's got to be. It's got to be in his contract that he plays if he's fit. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what we do from here. I don't know how we get it back because the starting 11 looks right. You can sort of understand what the tactics are. Jose Mourinho saying a couple of words to players isn't going to dramatically change the way the players perform on the pitch. It doesn't work like that. Yes, his philosophy might take a little bit longer to get into the team, and maybe when it does, we look a little bit different, but we are not what you expect from a Jose Mourinho side. Where is the ruthlessness? Where is that domination, that physical, intimidating juggernaut of a side? We are not that. That was one thing I expected Jose was bringing in. I thought we was going to have that home record. We lost that to City last weekend. That invincibility. We don't even look like we can be tough to beat, let alone invincible. There's a long season ahead of us. Not getting too carried away just yet, but it's worrying. It's worrying that we don't even look like we're up for the fight. Not going to be hysterical and be like, he needs to go, he needs benching, he needs sacking and this, that and the other, because that never works. You have to be patient. As hard as it is to be patient, it sucks. But I don't know where we go from here. I really don't know where we go from here. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think Mourinho's going to come out and scapegoat someone to try and deflect? Do you think he's going to mix it up dramatically? What can we do to change this? I was pretty happy with that starting 11. Is Bastian potentially the guy that comes in and leads from the middle? Is he the calming influence alongside Paul Pogba? Let us know in the comments. Something drastic needs to happen, I think. Otherwise, we're just going to continue to see the same thing. See you later.